Hello, everybody. It's Miss Ginny from the Rotary Children's Library and here in Drayton Valley. And it's called Crafting with Ginny at 10:30. So today we are going to be making a craft called an Inuit girl. So it looks like this. It's really quite fun and it's easy. Before we get started, I want to let you know a little bit of information about Inuit. And I'm just going to invite a couple of people to our Zoom meeting today. All right, so there's a little bit of information about Inuit people. So who are the Inuit people in Canada? Well, they are Indigenous people, and the majority of them live in the northern regions of Canada. An Inuit person is known as an Inuit, and the Inuit homeland is known as Inuit Nunavut, which refers to the land, the water, and ice contained in the Arctic region. So as I mentioned, they live in northern Canada in the territory of Nunavut, and they also live in Nunavik in the northern third of Quebec, and they live in parts of Labrador and in various parts of the Northwest Territories, particularly around the Arctic Ocean. They came to Canada about 1,000 years ago, and they moved east into Arctic Canada and Greenland from their Northwest Alaskan homeland in a series of migrations beginning about 800 or 1,000 years ago. The early Inuit culture was called Thule, and that was after the place in Greenland where archaeologists first identified it. Now there are 53 Inuit communities in Canada across the northern regions of Canada. And of course, Nanangat, which means the place where Inuit live. What problems do the Inuit face now today? Well, among the problems the Inuit face is permafrost melting, so global warming, which has destroyed the foundations of houses and eroded the seashore and forced people to move inland. Airport runways, roads, and harbors are also collapsing, so that's not really good. A lot of people call them Eskimos. Is Inuit the same as Eskimo? Well, Alaska natives increasingly prefer to be known by the names that they use in their own languages. Like Yupik is one of the languages. So Inuit is now the current term that's used in Alaska and across the Arctic, and Eskimo is kind of fading away. They don't really use that anymore. They prefer the term Inuit, but some of the other organizations there still use Eskimo. What is the Inuit way of life? Well, traditionally, Inuit way of life was influenced by the harsh climate and stark landscapes of the Arctic tundra, from beliefs that were inspired by stories of the aurora borealis, of the aurora to practicalities like homes made of snow. So they do make their homes of snow, some of them. Inuit invented tools, gear, and methods to help them survive in this harsh environment. Anyway, that's just a little bit of information for you about the Inuit people. And like I said, today we're going to make this really cute little Inuit girl. Now you can make a boy if you prefer. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go on our website and you're going to want to download the instructions, and it has what craft supplies you will need, as well as a template for the Inuit girl that we're going to make today. All right, so your craft supplies, what you're going to want is some construction paper. So you'll definitely want some brown, some black, and then you pick two other colors of your choice. I picked purple and pink. That's up to you. And then the other thing you're going to want The other thing you're going to want is you can use either a cupcake liner, because this is a small Inuit girl. If you're making a bigger one, you can use a coffee filter. So I'm using the smaller one today because I'm making a smaller Inuit girl. You're also going to want about 9 cotton balls, 9 or 10. And you'll want some glue. You might want some markers. You can choose black and white Google eyes or colored ones. It's up to you. You're going to want a little red pom-pom for the nose. And you're going to want a pair of scissors and a pencil, because of course you're going to be tracing your little Inuit girl once you've cut out the template that I mentioned, this template. So you're going to cut that out first, and then you're going to trace it onto some construction paper. So I've traced my Inuit body, that's the body, and I've already pre-cut and traced the head. So you're going to cut all of those out. The black is for the hair. Lots of Inuit people have dark hair. It's totally up to you what color hair you want to give them. Again, you can choose whatever colors you want, but you want a pair of mittens and a pair of boots. So there's the boots that I already pre-cut and a pair of mittens. All right, let's get started. So I am just going to turn the computer downwards this way a little bit, just so you can see what I'm doing. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. So I won't need my pencil anymore because I've already traced out my template. So here was my template. So you cut that out first. So I probably won't need my scissors right now either, because I've already cut it out. And I've cut out the mittens. I traced those, and I cut out the boots and the head and the hair. All right, so next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take your glue stick, and you're going to want to glue the head, which is the brown construction paper, onto, and I'm putting it, like I said, onto a cupcake liner. Now, if you made a bigger model, you can use your coffee filter. So I'm going to use my cupcake liner, and I'm going to put that down there. All right, you can see that. So that's the face. We're going to do the face now. So now I'm going to decide on my Google eyes, and I think I'm going to use black and white Google eyes. And I'm going to glue these on. Just going to invite another person here. All right, so I'm going to glue those on. So putting a little glue on my face here where I want the eyes. Before I put that on, I want to put the hair on. So be sure to glue on the hair, which is the black piece that you've cut out. And put that on first, because you want that at the top. So you want it at the top right here, so glue it on there. Now I'm going to put some glue on my Google eyes, and I'm going to stick those on. So decide where you're going to put your Google eyes. So now you've glued on your Google eyes, and now you want to glue on the nose. So of course, that's going to be right in the center there. One of my Google eyes didn't have enough glue on it, so it came off. I'm just going to glue that back on. And I'm going to put a little glue on my nose, on the nose. So now you can see I have the start of the face. So now I'm going to take my marker, and I think I'm going to use a purple and a pink marker, and I'm going to draw in the mouth. I'm going to give my girl a great big smile, and I like to combine it so it looks like she has kind of the reddish, sort of pinkish lips. All right, so there's your face for your girl, your Inuit girl. Now you're going to take your body and you're going to glue it on there. So you'll need some glue, and you're going to stick that on to the head part of your body frame here. So now you can see I've stuck that on there. We've got the start of it. So now what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to glue on, first we'll glue on the mittens and then the boots, because of course it's cold in the north. So she's going to need some mittens. So I'm using purple were the mittens that I chose. So there you can see I've glued on the mittens. Now I'm going to glue on her boots. So they're just going to be on the bottom of the body. And I'm gluing it onto the back of her body there, her coat, basically. Okay, so I've glued on her boots. So now we're going to put some cotton balls, about 3 or 4 down the center, and then some around the bottom, and one on either hand. And then, so we're just going to do all of that. We're going to put all of those cotton balls on. So I'm going to put some glue on there. Because, of course, we know that it's cold in the north. So lots of times they have fur, what we call parkas on. So I'm taking my cotton balls and gluing them on. So you can see I've glued them on down here and down here. Now I'm going to put some here right above where the mittens are. Now, if you feel you need a bit more cotton on there, go ahead and glue more on. And it's easier to put the glue on the body rather than put it on the cotton ball, because otherwise you'll get sticky cotton ball to your glue, and you don't really want that. And I'm going to put one more little cotton ball in here just to cover in, because I want to cover in the bottom. And there you have it, the little Inuit girl. So that was a fun craft to do. Like I said, if you do a bigger one, use a coffee filter. I used a cupcake liner. So that's our little Inuit girl. So hope you enjoyed that craft as much as I did. I'm just going to change her boot here so it's sticking below a little more. Let's just change that up a bit. Because I want her boot to show a little more. There. All right. I hope you had fun with this craft. I know I did. And I hope to see you this afternoon for Crafting with Ginny. We are going to be doing another craft that's going to be water bottle penguins. So this is our craft. this afternoon. So this week, it's all about the North. So we're doing crafts and stories and musical theater all about the North. So this is going to be our next craft at 3:30 this afternoon. I hope you can join me then, and I will see you. So bye for now, and see you at 3:30 with Crafting with Ginny. Bye.